thought about starting your own private label range of perfumes or fragrances or colognes, whether that be for men or women, well, if you have, this video is for you, because in this video I give you a very, very interesting way to think about niching that product down, and also I've got some great suppliers who will help you get yourself up and running fast. I wear cologne every day, and so I thought that's kind of interesting. You can make a shit ton of money in this niche. It's insane how much you can make, especially this time of year. Now, this is helium 10. You know, that particular one there is 2.7 million. That's got different variations, but if we take away the variations, 1.6 million a month in, and you know, have you heard of any of these? Cheiroso, I've never heard of that as a brand name. That's 1.5 million. Maison Francis, 900,000 a month. Pretty cool. Okay, so I thought to myself, if I was going to get into this, how would I do it? What would I go in doing? Okay, so what I thought was I'd want to put together a product that could be very, very easily gifted by people who knew you, but not intimately knew you. They didn't know you enough, so they could buy you something really personable, but they knew you enough that they wanted to buy you something, okay? And they knew you enough that they were happy to spend up to, say, $30 to $40 on you, okay? So a couple of interesting things in that. First thing is this concept of different levels of intimacy means different levels of product, okay? This is why wax candles do so well on Amazon, because it's a very, very low risk present to buy somebody. Chances are, if they have a home, they would be happy to get a candle for it, all right? Regardless of your relationship with them, they'd be happy with that. And that's important for you to understand, yeah? Chances are, if they've got a dog, they'd be happy to get some dog chews for their dogs. It's that sense that the intensity and the connectedness of your relationship also dictates what you're going to buy them as a present. So there's that element of it, okay? And you want to think about this sort of stuff because it's important. Then the other element to it is, what about the level of intimacy I have with them also then dictates the amount of money, usually subconsciously, that I'll spend on that person. Like, I've got friends in my circle of friends who are $50 friends subconsciously, and friends in my circle who are $30, and friends in my circle who are $100, and everybody's got their own kind of like, here's what I would spend up to. Okay, you probably have that too. You probably have that too, which is why you see a lot gifts under X being sold on Amazon, you know. Let's just try. There you go. So that's because we have this subconscious, like, they're in that circle of my friendship. So again, you want to think about that sort of stuff anyway. So I thought, what would be a product that you could put together in this perfume niche that would fulfill that? It's being given from somebody to somebody else, but they don't know them that well. They know them enough to want to buy them a gift, but not enough to buy them something that's actually like personable at that level and within a certain budget. So what I came up with was a sampler kit, like perfume sampler kit. So, or aftershave or cologne. So specifically, this is going to be cologne, what I thought about anyway, given by a lady to a dude, and they're just friends. It's like you give it to your best friend's husband, for instance, okay? That level of intimacy is what I thought of. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Have 5 different small bottles with different fragrances, different fragrance combinations. That's how I would approach it. All right. So if I was in this niche, under 50 euros, 5 different colognes, giftable to a dude, and this dude is probably, thinking about the avatar, is probably the best friend, is the husband or the partner of my best friend or a close friend. Okay, that's how I think about this sort of shit. Anyway, so from there, I then started looking for, well, who can do that for me? And so I went looking for private label companies. And so I found a lot of them. So these are really, really good. These are all in America because I thought this for me would be something I'd go and do in America. These are really, really good. These do blending for not just for fragrances, but they also do other things as well. So if you were getting into oral care, for instance, really interesting idea in oral care is coffee in mouthwashes. Don't ask me why, but I think that would be really, really good. And then they obviously do fragrances, perfumes and colognes, and you can get in touch with them here and they will put together a fragrance line for you. But the important thing about these is it these guys? No. So that's one of them. These guys, Alt Fragrances. So I've given you the details for that already. So here's their private label program. So they will do or MOQ of 50 pieces for you, which means, you know, you'd get 50 of one scent, 50 of another, and you probably come up with 5 scents. I thought would be the perfect amount, 5 fragrances as part and parcel of that kit. And that gives you 50 as your tester in the marketplace, for instance. Okay. I've given you these altfragrances.com. They do a private label thing, and these are really, really good. I really like them. And they've got all these like off the shelf fragrances that are really great. And the other one, which you may not have seen, and this website, by the way, is really, really good, is Makesy. This really needs to come into Australia and also come into Europe. It's such a good thing. Anyway, what this is, it's a website that aggregates private labelers, but not just private labels, also artisans as well, who will do things wholesale or private label at scale for you. Okay, really, really cool stuff. Yeah, go check it out. There's a lot of really, really cool things. It's basically like a makers community. Yeah, it's a community where people who are interested in making products, they go hang out. Really, really cool. Anyway, so these will also do you this as well. So $7.99 inclusive for everything, 2 to 3 variations for you. They ship it out to you. Like it's all done, all ready to go. I like them as well. And then I would also, because I do this all the time, I would come to Reddit and I would do some research on Reddit about what's going well, what people are liking, what they're not liking. And you want to go to Reddit R Fragrance. That's the biggest community of perfume people, cologne people. There are others, but this is the best one on Reddit. I go in here and look around, and what you want to do is you want to sort it by rising. You sort by rising. And that gives you things that are kind of on the move because they're getting a lot of traction based on the comments. Anyway, and so you could, if you were so inclined, if you don't like my idea of the dudette, giving this to the dude idea, then of course you'd go and find an influencer and go and do a deal with the influencer to help them launch their own fragrance line, and you do it that way instead. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. We are a community of over 2,500 e-commerce professionals right around the world. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community right here in Australia, for instance, with sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. That link is in the description. I will see you on the next video. Until then, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.